The memory is a bit hazy, but my mom filled in the blanks for me, and I've heard the whole story. Honestly, I'm still a little bitter about why she didn't just take me to a hospital. When I was 2, we were living in our old neighborhood, which had lots of villas. It was just me and my mom back then since my dad was a seafarer. He's retired now, and wouldn't be home for another few months. One day, my mom was in the kitchen cooking lunch while I was in the living room, full of energy. I had just finished watching Spider-Man 2, so naturally, I was trying to imitate Spider-Man by climbing all over the furniture and jumping around wildly. My mom shouted from the kitchen, "Stop that, right now!" But, like the stubborn kid I was, I didn't listen. A few minutes later, my mom heard me screaming. She ran to the living room and found me lying on the floor, crying and clutching my left arm. She noticed that it was bent at an odd angle. Instead of rushing me to the hospital, my mom took me to the bedroom. She grabbed a bowl of hot water and towels, drenched them, wrapped my arm, and applied pressure. I kept crying, which made her panic even more. So, she removed the towels, grabbed a bottle of effervescent oil, and started massaging my arm. She quickly realized it was turning red. At this point, you'd think she'd take me to a hospital, right? Wrong. Instead, she called over my grandma and aunt, and they all took turns massaging my arm. Grandma and aunt decided to stay over to keep an eye on me. The next day, my mom noticed that my arm was swollen, bright red, and clearly in bad shape. Surely, now they would take me to a hospital? No. They brought me to my grandma's house and then took me to an elderly woman known in the neighborhood as an albulario, a herb doctor or folk healer. And what does she do? She massages my arm again. Then, she wraps it tightly with leaves, oil, and bandages. According to my mom, my arm did heal after 2 months. But even now, my left arm feels weaker than it should. Maybe it's just in my head, but I can't help but wonder. So, please, if this ever happens to you in the future, take the kid to a damn hospital.